A strong marriage equals stronger leadership, legacy, and impact for the men in the group. And without intentional connection, success feels empty. What's up, the Tactical Empire? It is Shawn coming at you live solo today, post Little Rock, Arkansas meetup. We had a great meetup. Jeff and I will do a podcast episode here soon, breaking down, talking about our biggest takeaways from the meetup, what the guys have said about it. But I wanted to take a few minutes today to quickly go through and summarize the presentation that I gave at the seminar, or the meetup. And I will preface this by saying I usually give presentations to the guys on things that I feel like I'm highly qualified to give presentations on. This time I challenged myself in order to challenge the guys by giving a presentation on something that I know I need to work on, something that I am not an expert in, something that I know I need to do better at. And so my presentation was called 8 Tactical Dates, Essential Conversations for a Lifetime of Love. That is based off of the book called 8 Dates, Essential Conversations for a Lifetime of Love, written by John and Julie Gottman. Okay. So this presentation was for anybody, regardless if you're married, engaged, dating, or single. I think understanding the 8 dates, the topics, the questions, and the importance of each are vitally important, whether you're trying to get into a relationship, you're currently dating, and you need to go deeper on your beliefs around these 8 topics, or you're engaged before you officially get married, or you have been married for a year, 10 years, 50 years. Me and my wife just celebrated our 10-year anniversary a few months back, and we certainly have areas to improve on these 8 topics. So the book revolves around 8 main topics around trust and commitment, conflict, sex and intimacy, work and money, family, fun and adventure, growth and spirituality, and then dreams. Again, the book was written by John and Julie Gottman. They are the foremost experts on marriage and psychology around marriage and relationships. They have 40 plus years of research. They are best known for the book, The 7 Principles for Making Marriage Work. I highly suggest reading that book as a complement to a follow-up book called The 8 Dates, which is what this presentation is on. They are the world leaders in relationship science, and they can predict relationship success with a greater than 90% accuracy. I told the guys why this matters, because we tell them that you are the asset. They need to take care of themselves. And yes, family and being present in their family is a part of that. We want to make sure they're around long enough to build healthy relationships and raise kids and create a legacy. And so that goes without saying that we need to be reminded that relationships are your ultimate force multiplier. So you are the asset. Your wife is an asset. If you guys can move in the same direction and agree on where we're heading, and also agree to disagree on the things you guys have differences about, that is an ultimate force multiplier where you're working together regardless of your likes, dislikes, similarities, and differences. A strong marriage equals stronger leadership, legacy, and impact for the men in the group. And without intentional connection, success feels empty. So the big idea here is that love is a skill, not just a feeling. There's 8 intentional conversations, called obviously dates, to keep love alive. Each date is a framework for connection and building resilience through challenging times and topics that are challenging for you and your partner to talk about. But the cost of neglect is greater. Okay. The divorce rates in our country are immense. 60+% divorce rate for first marriages. The divorce rate for second marriages is greater than the divorce rate for first marriages. So something is wrong with the relationships and the connections and the foundations in which we're building our marriages around. We have broken families in this country. We believe that strong men are what build strong families, in turn build strong communities and a strong country. And financial strain. Okay. Finances are the number one topic brought up most in divorce litigation and with divorce attorneys. If you neglect these conversations, it drains energy from your mission and leadership. So instead of ignoring it, we bring it to the forefront, and your legacy will suffer when the home falls apart. So the edge to a strong relationship, it creates stability and gives you confidence as a man in all areas. You have a partnership for accountability and growth. And then you have intimacy, which allows us to recharge for the grind. Gives us the energy in and outside of the home. It does not drain our energy. So date number one, I'm going to fly through these. I highly suggest you buy the book so you get all the questions. I'm only going to put in the key question and then a tactical takeaway that I got from the chapter. So date number one is around trust and commitment. This date is to build reliability, loyalty, and safety with your partner. The key question, how do we keep choosing each other daily? The tactical takeaway I got from the chapter is that small, consistent actions are greater than grand gestures. Date number two is around conflict. Healthy conflict fuels growth. Key question, how do we fight fair and repair quickly? Tactical takeaway, solutions are greater than blame. Date number three, sex and intimacy. Intimacy is emotion and physical. The key question, how do we keep passion alive? Tactical takeaway, schedule intimacy like training. Date four, work and money. Money fights are the number one predictor of divorce. The key question, how do we align careers and finances? Tactical takeaway, shared financial plan equals shared peace. Date number five, family. Parents, kids, extended family dynamics, they all matter. Key question, how do we protect us while supporting them? Tactical takeaway, couple first, then family. Date six, fun and adventure. Don't let life become all grind. Key question, how do we keep exploring together? Tactical takeaway, build rituals of fun. Date seven, growth and spirituality. Purpose, faith, and personal growth. Key question, what do we want our legacy to be? Tactical takeaway, support individual growth and a shared vision. Date eight, dreams. This is about the future you're building together. Key question, where are we going and how do we get there? Tactical takeaway, keep revisiting the vision. So the power of the 8 dates is that this is not a one-time talk. This is an ongoing practice. It is to build trust, intimacy, and resilience in your relationship with your partner, to fully understand your likes, dislikes, your similarities, and your differences. Mastery requires reps. Just like fitness, finance, and leadership, we have to keep coming back to these topics. I ended my presentation reminding the men how we can apply this in our everyday life. We must remember that strong marriages create stronger men. And an empire rises or falls on the strength of the kingdom at home. Because an empire without loyalty at home is already burning. So I challenge the guys to buy the book and schedule their first of 8 dates this month. And if you're a listener of the podcast, I send that same challenge to you. Buy the 7 Principles of Making Marriage Work and 8 Dates by John and Julie Gottman.